Right, hello, welcome to this week's midweek blog update. The series is going okay, plenty of questions coming in, so fantastic. Thank you very much for all the people that are submitting questions. And yeah, thank you for all the support and the comments that the debate sometimes in the comments that it brings. So that's been fantastic, that it's creating discussion. Because these midweek blogs are all about. It's about the people that want to know a bit more about the fishing, and it's not all about the fishing, it's a bit of fishing talk. So yeah, normally start off with what I've been doing last weekend. So to be honest with you, it was double overtime in work, Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, it wasn't the best weekend fishing wise. I did manage to get out, and I'll pop a couple of pictures on in a second. I got out on Friday night. I just sat out didn't blog it, just went out for a few hours fishing because I knew it was in overtime. And just sat out for the big fish on the tip. Lost a nice carp. And had a nice tench on the last knockings, so I'll put a picture of that up right now. Right, so that was the tench on Friday night. Saturday, Sunday was in work. Sunday I decided to get out on the bank with my uncle. We hit the River Dane from 4 o'clock till about, well, we were going to stay till dark, but it was that poor we didn't stay. I did blog it. I do blog everything on the written blog, and I intend to keep that the same way on this one. It will be everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly sessions, as they say. So yeah, it will go on at some time. I am quite a bit ahead with the blogs. But yeah, that will be going on at some point. Not the best session, but it gives a true representation of me fishing. I'll put a picture of the net up now that we had, and it was a lovely swim. A nice few hours relaxation after a busy weekend in work. So yeah, I'll put a picture of the swim and the net we had on now. So yeah, that's about it really. This weekend, if no overtime goes on, I'll be back out on the bank. I think we're trying somewhere different, a bit more into the wild. I think finding our own bits of water and not as busy. The fishing we've done a lot just lately has been in the town centre. It's been really busy, so I think we're going to be looking a bit further afield and maybe a different river, just something a bit different. But almost certainly we'll be on a river. So yeah, that's what's coming up this week. There's a river fishing video on Friday, and yeah, not much fishing getting done at the weekend, but plenty to come up this weekend, hopefully, fingers crossed. So let's get into this week's questions. Right, so question number one this week, the most contentious subject in river fishing, I think. It gets brought up every June, every March, and it's the close season and my thoughts on the close season. Believe it or not, I do a lot of river fishing. I actually don't mind the river season. The close season. I think it's a weird one. I don't mind it the way it is. Or, if it stays like it is, that June the 16th has got such a magical feeling to it. It's a special evening. It's a special first day. I always take it off work and I always enjoy it. I think if you open the season all year, like it is on canals and rivers and like canals and lakes, you're going to lose that June the 16th feeling. But I do understand that it doesn't keep in line with the lakes and the canals that are open all year, and I don't see why the rivers should be targeted singly. But I think sometimes, and in the press it's brought up a lot, but if you look at the people that are writing articles in the press and stuff, a lot of them have a vested interest in the rivers being open, i.e. they have a tackle company that sells maybe river floats, they fish a lot of matches, say river matches, and they have a vested interest in that river being open 12 months of the year, because they can sell their product 12 months of the year. So I think we have to be very careful not to fall into the trap of people who write the articles having a hidden agenda as to why they want to push them to be open. Whether I agree with them being open is another matter. Personally, if they did open them, I probably wouldn't fish the rivers for them 3 months. I would still do the lakes, the lakes and canals, just because I love that June the 16th feeling, and it's a very special evening for me and it's a really special day on the river. Do I agree with it? Probably not. I don't agree that the canal rivers should be singled out, but I don't actually mind the fact that they are. I miss the river, but I don't like sit there thinking I wish it was open. I miss it, but I don't sit there wishing it was open. And yeah, I think we've got to be very careful that the people that want to push it to be open haven't got an hidden agenda with why they want it to be pushed to be open. Whether that's new, barbel are going to be at record weights at them times a year, so people who want to catch a record barbel when they're carrying their eggs before they spawn, they're going to be at the biggest, possibly the biggest weight maybe. Another hidden agenda that some people will have. But for me personally, with my fishing, I've got no problem with the rivers being closed. It gives them a good break, and I love going back when it's all wild and have to make your own peg again. So yeah, that's that question answered. On YouTube, I'm probably the last person who would be, I'll answer the question, but I don't do that much pole fishing, if I'm honest with you. I do it between March and March, April, May, June time. Rivers, commercials. I don't take it seriously. I'm not someone who's got hundreds of top kits, and it shows in the pole that I've got. It's a bottom end of the range pole, because I don't do that much fishing with it, and if I take it on the river, it's going to be chucked up the banks and stuff like that. Whereas me fishing rod, me actual rod that I trot with, that I use every week, is quite a good rod. But yeah, on to top kits. I only have 3. I should have more really, but I only have 3. And the elastics that I use, I have a light elastic, which is for the canal fishing, the silvers, which is Drennan Aqua. I've used this for the first time this year, and I found it to be really good elastic. Good for getting bigger fish in, and yeah, I found it to be really good. I've also used Drennan connectors for the first time this year, and they've been, good to use as well. They've opened my eyes a bit to them. The middle elastic, which that would be for the silvers on the canal and the silvers on commercials, roach, bream fishing on the river maybe. The middle one is white hydro. This is for ones like where you're going to be early season down the edge, for carp, small carp up to about £5. Anywhere where there's a bit of snags on it, I used it on the pond recently where there were the better carp, but it'll also get you in your silvers. It's light enough to get in your silvers. And then that's white Dyro white hydro. And then at the top end of the scale, that is the pink carp bungee from Drennan, which is for normally carp fishing, where you're going to run into carp that are down the edge, anywhere from £1 up until, I think the biggest I've had is about £9 on this one. And yeah, that's the one I'd use if I was running into proper carp all the time. And it is light enough to get silvers in as well, funnily enough. But yeah, that's me proper commercial carp one. White hydro and Drennan Aqua. And they're the 3 elastics that I use. I fish them all on puller kits. They're all connected to puller kits. So yeah, they're the 3 top kits that I use, and I do only have one of each because I don't do a lot of pole fishing, to be honest with you. I should really get more, but they do me by. The only time I really struggle is when I want to fish in the margin, or if I want to fish in the middle and the margin. I have to keep changing the pole rigs, but apart from that, they're the 3 top kits that I use, and thank you very much for the question. Right, so question number 3 this week was about pike fishing. The guide obviously been watching a lot of the pike fishing videos. I wanted to know if there'll be any more pike fishing on the channel. This year there won't be any summer pike fishing unless they turn up when I'm stick float fishing. I always take a pike rod, just in case one turns up. That will be the only pike that will be on the channel till about October. September time I do a big bait order, and that will go on probably one of these videos or the pike videos for me dead baiting. It is a winter thing that I do, the dead baiting. So from October through to when they spawn in February, March, there'll be a lot of pike fishing on the channel. When I get the GoPro, lure fishing, my mate Gary does a lot of lure fishing, and that might feature on the channel when I get that up and going. Most certainly I will be giving that a go and trying to get some footage of that, but short term there won't be any pike on the channel unless they show when I'm silver fishing, but there'll definitely be some more coming in October through to March time on the channel when the dead baiting season starts. So yeah, there's plenty of pike action to come. Just hold your horses on that one, and thank you very much for the question. Right, so that's the end of this week's midweek blog. Thank you very much for all the questions submitted. If you've got any more, put them in the comments below. In the comments section, in the description, there is links to all the social media platforms that the channel's got. So it'd be great if you could go and like the Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter. But till then, thank you very much, and tight lines with your own fishing, and I'll catch you all next week.